Alrighty, welcome everybody. Tonight we've got another great show coming up. It's the B-Car Friday Night Showdown presented by Gary Mercer Trucking Inc. We're at the Dover International Speedway tonight, high banked mile racetrack tonight. Like I said, it's going to be a great race. We're going to see a lot of side-by-side action. The second groove does work pretty well when you can pinch that guy down in the bottom. So, like I said, expect to see a lot of side-by-side racing. 120 laps for these guys tonight, so plenty of time to work the pit strategy and work your way up to the field. I'm sure we're going to see the same regulars up front, Steve, but might see a couple surprise faces like we've seen the past couple weeks.
Yeah, hopefully we see some of those second split guys get up here in the top split tonight, and we'll see if they can contend. I know I'd like to see Anthony Kernick in the top split for once. See if he can keep his points lead while he's up there. That'd be fun.
Yeah, Kernick is the points leader, and we have not seen him in a top split race, I believe, all season. So he's been making it happen from the second split. I'm going to go through the points right now really quickly. Like I said, Anthony Kernick still in the lead after last week, but his lead shrunk quite considerably. Rich Doucette, with his second top split win in a row, is now only 9 points behind, moving ahead of Alex Scribner right there. So Scribner is now 19 behind in third place. Alexi Loma making a charge up to the top five. He's in fourth now, 27 behind. Matt Wright, one of the biggest movers in the top 10 right here. He's up 5 from last week. He's 30 behind. Shannon Segler drops out of the top 5. He's 40 behind. Justin Kirby up 6 from last week. He's 46 behind. Chris Seymour is in 8th position in the point standings, 50 behind. BJ Beal, a guy that we do not see a lot, Steve, I believe he is in one of the lower splits every week, but the great thing about this point system is it doesn't matter which split you're in. If you run competitively among your peers in that split, you can get great points for the point standings and work your way up into the top 10, which BJ has done successfully. He's in 9th, 55 behind. And rounding out your top 10, dropping the most positions, Brandon Bowie down 7 from last week. He's now 58 behind. So over full race behind for Justin Kirby on back. So those guys have a lot of ground to make up. But if Kernick, Doucette, Scribner, if any of them have a problem tonight, these guys in the back half of the top 10 could charge their way up to the front. We've seen a lot of unpredictable circumstances happen. We saw Jarl Tyan last week be dominant the first half of the race, Steve, and a risky move by Rich Doucette. Simon Crotchert was in there as well, and they all kind of got together in turn 3, and that ended Jarl's night prematurely. Jarl definitely had a chance to win that race. He could have made up a lot of points in this top 10, but unfortunately, he was relegated back to a finish outside the top 20. So as you can see, anything can happen in this B-Car series. It's incredible racing. We are in our 5th season of it now, and racing keeps getting better every week, Steve. So, like I said, tonight is going to be another great race. So, expect to see the same type of racing we have seen this whole season.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing these guys go at it tonight. I'm sure we're going to see the same guys up front as always. Hopefully we see a couple of surprises. I know Matt Wright's been up there in the top 5 last couple of weeks. That's been a surprise. I also talked to Jarl before the race tonight, and he said he has a car that can win again, so hopefully he can get the job done this time and be up front and not have the unfortunate stuff happen.
Yeah, I'm looking. You talk about Matt Wright, and he has really made a charge the past couple weeks. I believe a team change, maybe in the beginning of this B-Car season, has really proven to everyone watching what Matt Wright can do with the right equipment under him. I'm looking at the race standings from last week. Again, Rich Doucette won. Simon Crotchert was in second, but Matt Wright, another solid top 5 finish in third. David Cater also up there. I believe that's his first top 5. Possibly this whole season, if not in a very long time. So great run by Cater last week. Alexi Loma rounding out your top 5. Carson Downs up there with Joe Holt, Danny Hansen, Jake Poulin, and Jeffrey Parker. Now, Jeffrey Parker might be a story tonight. Jeffrey and David got into a little bit of a tussle last week, and through the grapevine, I heard that Parker is not too pleased with Cater and might be looking for that STP car tonight. So we're going to have to keep tabs on that all night, again, within all of the great racing that we will see. But before we can see any great racing, we're going to send it down for the national anthem with the Cactus Cuties.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, welcome back, everybody. If you're just joining us here, I'm Mike Conti alongside with Steven Azeni tonight. Friday night, B-Car Showdown, Dover International Speedway. We're a little bit late getting into the race tonight, but we'll keep you updated as John works his magic and tries to get us in here. Right now, I'm looking at the warm-up sheet. Rich Doucette, to no surprise, is at the top of the leaderboards. Just under 23 seconds. He actually just put down a faster lap time. Rich Doucette at a 22.95, Justin Brooks at a 22.99, and Simon Crotchart, who is on your pole tonight, is in third right now in warm-up with a 23 flat. So again, close times like we see every week, Steve. It just seems like these guys are always on top of each other in terms of times and speed.
Yeah, there's been a lot of close comp this week in the B car. With the way the tire is, everyone's just been so even on this build, and it's really brought a lot of great racing, and hopefully we can continue that tonight.
Definitely so. We definitely have a hard tire compound here at Dover, kind of like we have everywhere else past couple seasons. So the tires really last long. Like they'd say in real life, Goodyear has brought a very durable tire to the iRacing series the past couple builds. So, tire strategy, you're probably going to see some two-tire changes tonight. There is a lot of wheel spin on the restart, Steve. I've seen a couple YouTube videos detailing that, and it's quite funny when you see the first 5 people nail the gas and kind of nose it into the outside wall. Hopefully we won't see that tonight because that would really hurt a lot of people's chances, but they definitely have to control the tire spin. It's not really a problem at many other tracks, but for some reason here at Dover, you come up onto that straightaway, and the straightaways are banked, Steve. They call it the self-cleaning racetrack because of that, and it seems like the tires kind of get off camber on these straightaways, and they spin really easily.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of trouble going down, especially out of turns 2 and 4. As soon as they pick that transition to the straightaway, you see a lot of guys going to have trouble snapping loose, and especially on the restarts like you talked about. I think I was spectating the one you're talking about. But I believe we have to get our lineup here.
Yeah, we're going to run you down through the starting lineup really quick. Again, Rich Doucette on the pole with Justin Brooks on the outside front row.
Next we have Simon Crotchart starting 3rd, and Chad Lawton starting 4th.
Starting 5th is Peter Bennett. Starting outside of Pete is Dylan Duval.
Starting 7th, Brad Mihar. Starting 8th, Byron Daly.
Starting in the 9th position tonight is Ryan Luzin. Starting outside of him, one of our dominant cars last week, Jarl Tyan.
Starting 11th, Jake Poland, and starting 12th, Joshua Lawton.
Starting 13th is Liam Lambert. Starting outside of him, Danny Hansen.
15th is Alex Scribner, and on the outside of him, Brandon Jarrell.
Starting 17th is Justin Thompson. On the outside of him, Chris Seymour.
Starting 19th, David Cater, and 20th, Alexi Aloma.
Deep in the field for Cater and Alexi as we're going to get going here. So 21st through 30th, a lot of great names back there. We'll keep you updated on them as the night goes on. Simon Crotchart going to bring him down to the green right here. Justin Brooks on the outside. Simon puts the hammer down. We're going to start this race at Dover. 120 laps. Here we come.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's going to make it in turn 1 alright, so no one's spun the tires there, but we'd have to watch out for that more on older tires than we do on the first round.
David Cater with electrical problems on the first straightaway right there. He's going to fall out of the server on the initial start. So Cater, from that rear of the field is not going to be progressing anywhere anytime soon as he falls out of the server. So tough break for Cater. A little bit of a stack up on that restart right there, Steve, as it seemed like a couple people spun the tires and maybe missed the shift, but it looks like everyone's clean and green right now. I'm looking right up here. The first battle is really right outside your top 10. You've got Alexia Loma back there, Peter Bennett, Byron Daly in the number 1 car tonight, the JDR Graphics car. They're all battling. Again, you see Byron up on the outside trying to make something happen, but Peter is going to clear him off of turn 4, slide up in front of him, and here comes Loma on the inside trying to take that position away as well.
Yeah, it's good to see some of these DWC drivers you don't normally see in here. Byron Daly, one of them, Joshua Lawton, another one. But it looks like Byron started up on that outside line, or he started on the inside actually, and I guess the stack up forced him to the outside there. I saw Doucette started 7th, fell back to about 11th on the start there. So it looked like he got forced up top and lost a couple spots.
Looks like Ryan Luza got a piece of the wall off at turn 2 right there. It's very easy. That wall will come up and grab you very quick. This track is not the widest of tracks on the schedule, so see a lot of people brushing the wall. One car in the move right now is Danny Hansen. He's going to go around the 13 right there and take the position away from him, as well as Rich Doucette, as well as Peter Bennett. Here comes Luza to take that position away as well. So the 13 right now, Zotner is falling back. I believe we saw the same thing happen last week. A solid qualifying effort for that 13 car once again, but it seems like he cannot get the race setup down.
Looks like he caught the wall off 4 there, and he's just getting freight trained right now. When you get on the high line, it's really tough to get down here. Everyone's just going to force down the bottom, and as you can see, he's going to lose about 3 more spots before he can finally get in line right here behind Lieutenant Mayhar.
So that's going to be around the 15th position for the 13. We're going to see where he files in as timing and scoring updates as we come around to complete lap 5 onto lap 6. 13's going to try to make a move on the 10 of Mahar now. That's for 15th and 16th place. 13 throws it in there. Mahar gives him some room. Mahar's going to get a little bit sideways up top. Looks like Mahar's fighting a loose condition right now. As well as everyone else, a lot of loose off these corners. Like I said, not very wide, so these guys have a lot of wheel in it, which creates a very bad snap loose condition, especially when someone's on the back bumper of you.
Yeah, we've had that happen all season long, where the aero loose is actually a very big deal. We're usually the 1.5 milers, but it's a big deal everywhere, and you've really seen that tonight with some of the guys on back bumpers and guys getting loose.
Yeah, I was looking at Chad Lawton right there as you were speaking. It looks like Chad got a piece of the wall off at turn 2. He's going to continue on, though. No major damage for the 3 car right there, so Chad's going to continue his march to the front. Lawton started 14th. He's already up to 6th, so that's 8 positions in 8 laps for Lawton, so great move by him so far. Danny Hansen as well. Danny started in the 16th position. He's up to 7th, so those are a couple guys that really benefited from that stack up on the initial start. Rich Doucette was someone that got caught up in a little bit of that mess. He's back to 8th from the 7th starting position, so some lost ground there for them. But overall, it looks like we're single file all the way through the top 15 right now. Your first battle is way back there. It looks like that is Jake Poulin on the inside. Andrew Shirley, he's going to take the position. That's 24th for Poulin, I believe. Here comes Garrett Grant, going to take 25th. And that's going to put Shirley back to 26th. The only car I see behind Shirley is John Button. David Cater's in 30th right now. Cater should be 4 laps down, so it's going to be a long night for that number 12 machine. So he's going to try to make up laps. But right now, we're, like I said, we are clean and green right now. 10 laps into this thing, coming on to work lap 11 right now. Simon Crotchar is your leader by 3/4 of a second. Make that 8.5 tenths of a second over the second place car. Dylan Duval, Justin Brooks 3rd, Joshua Lawton in 4th, and rounding out the top 5, another solid run by Alex Scribner.
Yeah, I'm watching this battle in the back. Look at Peter Bennett just dropped about 4 spots there. Got passed by Aloma, Thornton, Daly, Tyne, Luza. Looks like Tyne's on the move as well. He started deep in the field tonight, and 24th to be exact, and he's already up to 12th, so that's the fast car like you told me earlier.
Yeah, Tyne is definitely confident in his package here. He was confident in it last week. Definitely had the dominant car for a little bit of a mishap going into turn number 3, which resulted in him slapping the outside wall and really ending his night, as he's going to get really sideways up the corner right there. Great save by him. Here comes Luza on the outside of him right there. It's not going to make it work, though. Here comes Peter Bennett trying to make up some lost ground that he lost a couple laps ago. He's not going to make it happen. Big run by the Luza machine coming off of turn 4 right there, so he's going to retain that position. Tyne is trying to gather it up right now, but it looks like Tyne might be holding up Luza just a little bit as we speak.
Yeah, Luza's not usually a person we see in this series, so not sure what he's capable of doing here, but we definitely know Jarl has a good car, so if he's only capable of Jarl, he must have a fast car tonight.
Fifth place just changed hands right there, Steve, and that is Chad Lawton going around the Alex Scribner machine. So Lawton to fifth, Scribner to sixth. Danny Hansen is also running down Scribner as a caution is out on the speedway. Looking right here, it looks like Justin Kirby, for the second week in a row, is going to be involved in some sort of accident. Looking at it right now, I'm watching him come down the front stretch. He's battling with the 14 car. 14 car is going to give him a little bit of a tap right there. That's Armando Vargas. Look like a little bit of net code between those cars too. We have seen that this season. So, oh, that's not Armando. I'm sorry. That's Carson Downs into turn one. Yeah, definitely net code right there. About 3 inches of net code off the 14 delivered to the Kirby machine. So, really a no-fault accident right there between those two.
Yeah, there was actually another incident trying to avoid the wreck. The 18 of Brandon Gerald, he got a little sideways getting on the brakes, which tends to happen with this car, and looks like he came up in Andrew Shirley, and Garrett Grant got a part of that as well.
Yeah, Shirley looks like he's got some left rear damage. Garrett Grant, looking at him, oh, Garrett's got some heavy front end damage. He's going to have to come down and get that fixed, and Gerald has some right front damage too. So a couple cars right there just trying to slow down for the wreck tonight, picking up some damage. So this track is tough when you're trying to slow down and tough when you're trying to go fast. And speaking of slowing down, these guys are going to slow down and come to the pits. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of 4-tire pit stops. Like I said earlier on in the broadcast, we might see a couple guys take two and try to get some track position on the field.
Yeah, with the way these cars have been so loose, I'd be surprised to see 2 tires this early. As we see another one sliding around, 4 tires definitely be the best bet here.
Looking right now, it looks like the 30 machine of Justin Kirby stayed out right there. I'm not sure why he stayed out. Maybe he's trying to pick up a lap lead right here. That would be a bonus point towards the Gary Mercer Trucking standings. So I'm sure that he's trying to pick that up. David Cater's also going to stay out right here. I'm sure Cater is hoping that Kirby pulls off the pit right here so Cater can get the wave around. It'll only be 3 laps down. Battle off of pit road. Looks like Simon is going to retain the lead. Josh Lawton up a position or 2. He's going to be to second. Dylan Duvall back to third. Justin Brooks also back position. He's going to be 4th. Chad Lawton stays in 5th. Danny Hansen in 6th. Scribner 7th. Alexi Loma 8th. Jeremy Thornton 9th. And rounding out the top 10 will be the 17 Aluza. Rich Doucette was a big loser on that cycle of pit stops. I'm guessing he must have slid through his stall. So he definitely cost him a couple positions right there. So that's going to put Doucette even further back. So a bad start for Doucette plus a bad pit stop. Beginning of this race is not going well for that 8 car.
Yeah, and a couple other guys who had an unfortunate pit stop. Looks like Gerald Time, we saw him move through the field. He was busted for speeding. And also looks like Brad Mayhar was also busted. And Mayhar sporting the Gary Mercer trunking scheme. And I'd like to give a shout out to Brennan Mercer. I believe he's getting married tomorrow.
Well, I didn't hear about that. No one tells me anything around here, but if that is true, which I'm sure it is, congratulations to Brennan. That's a big deal for him, so shout out to him tonight. So thanks, Brennan, for your support of the B-Car Series. Second season that Brennan's been aboard with Gary Mercer Trucking, so we appreciate that. And good luck with the wedding tomorrow. That's really a big deal for Brennan. I'm proud of him.
Yeah, I think he made it clear before, as I saw. He said that someone else had to take over the points for him, as he's going to be away for a couple weeks. But congrats to him. Hopefully everything goes well tomorrow and he can have a great day.
Definitely so. We're going to send it down to Dakota Urban.
Yeah, guys, just to clarify, he's actually going to be gone for the next 2 weeks. I believe he's going to go on his honeymoon or all that good stuff, you know.
Well, yeah, honeymoon definitely comes with the marriage. You definitely want to do that, make the wife happy and whatnot. So that's a great way to start a marriage. Go out on a nice honeymoon and have some fun. I'm not really one to talk about that because, well, I'm a little bit young for that yet. But one day I'll be in the same situation that Brendan is. So I guess I should start taking notes now, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to be in that situation too. I know we're both kind of young, so we should definitely take notes in the way he's doing. Hopefully we can have successful things like that happen in the future as well.
Definitely so. That'd be nice to happen. But anyway, enough about marriage and women and life and so on and so forth. We got a race to deal with right here. Lights are out on the pace car. Again, we're going to have a restart right here. We saw some tires spin on the initial start. I would expect some more tires spin again on this start. Again, fresh tires, you would think, well, they'd be really grippy, not spin, but they just spin like crazy here. So we're going to have to see who can manage that the best. It might be a little bit of a stack up in the middle of the field if someone gets a little bit sideways, which, again, we've seen quite a bit this week, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. But right now, Simon Crotchart is really enjoying his time out front. He doesn't have to deal with all that because he can bring him down and start at his own pleasure. So pace car is going to peel off right here. Simon's going to bring him down nice and slow. Josh Lawton's going to try to anticipate this and get a good run off the top side. Simon's bringing him down slowly, slowly. Here he goes. Green flag, green flag. Simon puts it down once again. Great start by him. It looks like everyone got away clean that time. Josh Lawton's going to fall into the third place. Here comes Justin Brooks. He's going to clear Dylan Duval on the initial start, and he's going to fall into the third position right there with Duval back and forth.
Yeah, looks like Simon got that big jump, which I'm sure everyone was anticipating, and if you get that big jump, you don't have to deal with the airless situation. You checked out last round, see if you can do it again here.
Danny Hansen with a little bit of a slip right there up the track in 3 and 4. Chad Lawton's going to get around him. Look for those two cars to be coming to the front. They look really good in practice, and they look good that first run. Definitely some long-run cars right there. Justin Brooks, another car that we should be seeing come to the front. He's going to get Josh Lawton a little bit loose. He's going to stick his nose down there, show his nose in the 6's mirror. 6 doesn't want anything of it. He's going to close the door. Here comes the 5 in the center. Gets a great run. Nowhere to go with it is the... Ooh, the 6 gets really loose right there. Dylan Duval right in the back of the 5. Here comes the 3 of Chad Lawton trying to make it up 2, and another caution is out. Looks like Armando Vargas is involved in the wreck this time. Turn 3 and 4 cuts down in the 21 car. That would be Justin Thompson, and around Armando goes, slips a couple times, and that is going to end any chance that Armando had a good finish. That's going to be a lot of damage for that Lewis machine.
Yeah, I expect he's going to park it there. That's a pretty big lick with his outside wall, and didn't look like Thompson was going to lift there. I'm sure Armando would have expected him to let him in there, but shame for Armando. I know he did a lot of testing this week. I thought he was going to have a fast car.
Yeah, we saw Armando. We've kind of seen the tide turn, if you want to put it that way. A couple seasons ago, Armando would be that guy that you'd always see around the 8th to 10th position. Always kind of stay there, but would always, get good finishes and always finish the race. And, he'd get up there and grab some top 3s, top 5s every now and then. It seems like this season, he's had a really hard time finishing races. We've seen him get into a lot of accidents. So it looks like Armando's trying to really be more aggressive this season in the B-Car Series, but it really hasn't paid off for him quite yet. And we see again tonight a little bit of aggressive driving right after lap 20 right there ends up with him in the wall. So another tough night for Armando, but I'm sure he'll be looking forward the next week to get away from Dover and try to bring home a good finish for that team.
If I were Armando, I'd start qualifying for these races. I know he's on Nexus Esports, which is the same team as Simon Crotchart, Matt Wright, we talked about earlier in the show, and a couple of the other guys who run up front. I think if you put together a qualifying run, you'd be able to contend for those spots that you're talking about, 8th and 10th place.
Yeah, the thing with qualifying is, it's great to start up front. You can't deny that. The track position is awesome. You don't have to deal with everything behind you, but some guys, including myself, we just kind of like to start back there and work up through the field. It just gives us something to do. But when you're Armando and you're just getting involved in something every week, it kind of gets tiresome after a while. And I agree with you. I think Armando should look at qualifying next week. So maybe he should lead off that 2 car a little bit right there. It seems like Simon's definitely got it down. Maybe pick up Simon's Q setup and put something down for next week, and hopefully see him get a good run because of that.
Yeah, Simon's been faster than the whole field right now, which it's good to see someone different out front. I know we're used to seeing the Wheelman Inc. cars with Jared Crawford, Jason Karlovich, Chad Law, and Richard Doucette be out front every week, so it's good to see some change the last couple weeks with Tyne out front and this week Crotchart. So I know Brooks is up there too, as well as Duval, so Thornton's in the top 10. We got a lot of contenders here that can compete with Wheelman Inc., it looks like.
Yeah, it seems like every season the dominant team kind of changes. I know a couple seasons ago when I was part of the original, the one and only Schmidt Chassis Works, we're pretty darn good in this series. It was always enjoyable to run on these Friday nights with ETV and have good solid runs, and always know going into the race that you had a chance at winning. And there wasn't wheelmen back then when we raced, but we had guys like Karlovich and Crawford and Doucette, kind of parts and pieces of wheelmen really be right up there with us. And then we kind of split up at Schmidt, and Wheelman formed, and Wheelman has really had a stranglehold on this series for the past, I'd say, season and a half. But it looks like guys like Jarl Tyne, like you said, Simon Crotchart, Justin Brooks has shown signs of brilliance. Dylan Duval's been a strong runner with Gale Force. We've seen a lot of different people up there. Danny Hansen, Carson Downs seem to be coming on better and better every week. I know they're still fairly new to this scene, so they're trying to learn more and more every week, and it seems like they're picking up speed every week, which is great for that team. So, we're seeing a lot of different names come up front, a lot of different names in contention to win. Maybe a couple weeks ago we'd say, well, yeah, 4 or 5 guys that can win, they're probably all in wheelmen. But now you have a lot of different teams. You have a very diverse field up here in the Speed Car Series, and really, given the right pit strategy and the right circumstances, any one of these drivers in this field could win this race.
Yeah, it looks like there's definitely about 8 or 10 cars that probably have a shot at winning tonight, and hopefully we can see them all have a good battle towards the end, and the cautions will stay away. But looks like we're getting to 1 to green this time by. Next time Simon will lead us away again.
Yeah, for any of our, I guess I'll call them veteran viewers that watched this race last season, Season 4 of the B Car Series, I'd say overall was a little bit cleaner. We had less cautions overall, I have to say that. And the Dover race last season was phenomenal. We had an 82-lap green flag run from the start of the race, which saw green flag pit stops, a lot of different strategy unfolded from that, and it was really a great race. And 25 laps in, we've already seen 2 cautions here tonight, so you can definitely see the style of racing, the way that the cautions fall definitely has changed from Season 4 to Season 5.
Yeah, with how even everybody is, everyone's racing really aggressive to try to get every spot they can on the restart, and unfortunately that leads to more wrecks, so hopefully they can get straightened out here and we can get a good run going.
Definitely so. Pace car's going to peel off right here. He's going to make that hard left-hand corner. Pace car's in. Simon's going to bring him down one more time. That number 2 at Butto car bringing him down nice and slow. He's going to hit the gas. Another great restart by the 2. Justin Brooks caught sleeping. That's a 6-car length lead for the 2. Just into turn 1, so great restart by him. Justin Brooks has to fend off Dylan Duvall for the 3rd position right here. Here comes Chad Lawton, going to try to take the position as well, with Danny Hansen in tow with the 3 car coming down the backstretch into turn number 3 and 4.
Yeah, it looks like Hansen's definitely moving to the front, and Duvall's going to the back right now. But that's one of those disadvantages of getting caught on the outside in these restarts. It's tough to get down, and you lose a lot of time running up top.
Jeremy Thornton also in the mix now. We saw him come forward on the first run as the 9 and the 7 get real close right there. 9 looks like he's a little bit tight in the center. They're going to get real close off the corner. Again, 15 says, I'm just going to back off and let you guys keep hitting each other until you wreck. 9's going to hold it down nicely. 7 holds on to it. Great racing right here. That's for the 5th position. Hansen's going to slide up off turn 4. He's going to grab the 5th position right there, away from Dylan Duvall. Now Dylan's under attack from the Jeremy Thornton machine. Jeremy's barely at his quarter right there, at his bumper, and the 7's going to clear the 15 off the corner.
Great racing machine right now. It's going to be sitting back there to see what Dylan's going to do and make a move to the front. And we got some battle behind them. We got a battle for, looks like, 11th spot between Nick Sonder and Ryan Luza. And here comes the 14 of Carson Downs.
Oh, wow, that was close right there. Byron Daly passed that. Oh, hang on to it, Luza. There you go. Good save by the 17 right there. That's the 2nd car the 14's hit tonight, so Carson Downs is on a mission at the front as the 17's going to get a big piece of the wall down the backstretch. He's going to hang on to it. So a couple wrecks almost in the last lap. And there's the caution right there. It looks like behind the 17, a bunch of cars stacked up trying to figure out what he was going to do. The 12 was around David Cater, who was a couple laps down. The Andrew Shirley machine around to go. Cater almost hits the 26 under caution right there. The Mentos car, Liam Lambert, involved in that as well. Looking back at the replay right here, looks like the 19 of Lambert tries to get under the 17, has to check up 21 to Thompson into him. 22 pushes Mahar into Thompson. 20 gets stacked up into it. Big damage from the Thompson machine. The 20's got some major front end damage. That's Chris Seymour. Saw him have a tough week last week. Joe Holt, I think, is going to escape that. We saw him in a couple run-ins last week as well. So quite a big wreck right there. As you can see, Dover, when something happens, it happens fast, and there's not a lot of time to respond to it.
Yeah, there's not much room to go here either with the walls on both sides. That was in a tough spot coming out of turn 4. And I'd like to point out the save that Tyne made there, keeping that thing from hitting the inside wall. I don't know if he stuck out of that or not, but it was like Shirley had some heavy damage there as well. I'm not sure if you mentioned that, but tough break for a lot of these guys. Luckily, had some good cars there.
Definitely so. A lot of, like you said, great cars tonight. That maybe had chances of getting good, solid finishes here at Dover. Swept up in that wreck, and unfortunately, that's going to be some heavy damage for a bunch of cars down pit road, getting the sheet metal banged out on them. So it's going to be a longer night for them. I'm looking at the Garrett Grant car, though. I hope John can get a picture on him right now. Garrett Grant was involved in one of the first wrecks, had major front end damage, and the iRacing pit crew did an awesome job getting that front end pushed back into alignment right there. And it looks like Garrett's going to be back in this race. It looks like the aerodynamics are going to be just fine in that car. And that 29 car is just going to keep on ticking.
Yeah, we also had some interesting pit strategy there on that pit stop. Looks like a lot of guys stayed out, a lot of guys pitted. So looks like I know 2 guys saw come down were Brooks, Josh Lawton, and a couple guys stayed out there.
Yeah, it looks like these guys are trying to go down the track position route, which I don't blame them because we've seen a lot of tight racing, or as Jesse James would say, a lot of big phone booths in the back here tonight, and I'm sure these guys do not want to be back in that right now.
Yeah, looks like we're going to have a bunch of fast cars back there having to work through the field, trying to see how many stayed out. Looks like, I think, Byron Daly took 2, and everyone else behind him took 4, and Byron's going to line up here in the 9th spot.
Yeah, so Byron really is not going to make up a lot of track position with that. He's not going to lose any either. So I guess that's good, but he's going to be the first car on 2 tires. A lot of hungry cars behind him on 4. So I guess we're going to see just how good those 2 tires are in the number 1 machine here when this race gets restarted.
Yeah, also, it looks like the guys that did stay out, though, were Simon Crochart, Danny Hansen, Dylan Naval, Alex Scribner, Carson Downs, Alexia Loma, Gerald Tyne, and Kevin Burrs. And Byron's on 2, and it looks like everyone behind them is going to be on 4 tires. It should be interesting how this plays out once we head back green.
Definitely. So before we get back going here, we're going to send it away to commercial. Don't go away. We'll have racing action from Dover on the other side of the break. Alright, welcome back everybody. We are working 1 to go right here. Just a quick update on the cowboy himself, JD Webb. JD Webb had to go in for surgery today. He's been battling a little bit of an illness, and I just got word from John Westling that JD made it through surgery A-okay. So JD, if you're listening, we're all thinking about you, buddy, and we're glad that you got through surgery, and we hope for a speedy recovery. We hope to see you back here at ETV announcing very, very soon. And here we go. Pace car is going to pull off. Simon Crochart is going to lead him down. Danny Hansen on the outside. Dylan Duval in 3rd. Crochart's going to bring him down slow once again. Really slow. There he goes. Green flag's out. Looks like Byron Daly's going to get a great restart right there. Here comes... Oh, he's got to check up so he doesn't pass the 22. He's going to get freight trained on the top. They're 3 wide into the corner. Oh, not a lot of room right there. 1's still in the middle. 22 is going to give it up. Hit the apron. There he goes. And a wreck in the back. Another wreck right there.
Thornton's on the wall. That's not good. He was stuck.
Yeah, Brandon Jarrell around. I'm gonna look for Thornton right here. Looks like Thornton has big wreck for Thornton right there.
Oh, that's not good for Thornton. And it looks like that he got in the back of Ryan Luza entering turn 1. Looks like Ryan came top down on him and hooked Thornton's car around. Looks like the 13 of Zoltner was involved, and the 18 of Jarrell's had nowhere to go.
Yeah, Zoltner just got a piece of that with the front end as well. So. Again, another wreck right here, so yeah, we're getting through this race slowly, Steve. It's gonna be a long night, seems like.
Yep, hopefully they can get sorted out here eventually. It's wrecking out of the system now, so we can have a good run to the end, but with this series we haven't really seen that much. Hopefully we can have it happen tonight, but it looks like Thornton's definitely gonna be down here for the rest of the night.
Definitely. So working the fourth caution here tonight at the Dover International Speedway. Yeah, so it's really been an aggressive start of the race, Steve, to say the least. A lot of guys trying to make up positions on new tires, and unfortunately, it's caused a lot of mishaps between the drivers here tonight.
Yep, it looks like we still have those guys up front on old tires like we talked about earlier, and some of those guys on new tires trying to work their way to the field here, so hopefully they can get it all sorted out. I know we saw Jarl going back on the start. He's on old tires, so not sure if that was the right call this early in the race. I would have came down and gotten 4 myself, but hopefully they can get it sorted out. That's what I'm hoping for. I really want to see some green flag laps here instead of just pacing.
I'm looking back at the restart right there, mentioning Byron Daly, and I really was kind of confused when he backed off. I'm going to look at this. Maybe I missed something, but I'm pretty sure that Byron was on the inside line, so he could have went ahead right there and passed the 22. Instead, he did not pass the 22. He stayed even with him and lost 2 positions in the process. So a little bit of a mistake right there by the #1 rated driver. Byron just playing it safe. I don't blame him. It's early on in the race, so you don't want to do anything foolish to end your night. But it looks like we've caught up with Alex Scribner. Scribner, what are your thoughts in the race so far?
It's been pretty good up front. Got drivers up here giving a little bit of room here and there. My car's real good right now. Everybody at Gale Force Racing's done a good job getting the setup prepared.
So tell us about your position in points. Being 3rd in points, I believe you're 19 back. How hard do you push it tonight to try to make up points on Koenig and Doucette?
I mean, just, going for that win, getting the W is going to be, maximum points, and then it'll take care of itself from there. So just keep working on track position, and if we can keep it where it needs to be, the points will come to itself.
So I see that you stayed out the last 2 caution periods right there. So you're telling us about track position. Is track position going to be better than tires tonight, or are tires going to prevail if we do get a long run?
Tires are definitely important. If we get a long run and the tires do wear, everybody's going to be coming on to get tires. But with short stints like this, track position's everything.
All right, well, that is Alex Scribner. Alex, before we let you go, I know you mentioned Gale Force Racing and everyone over there, but is there anyone else you'd like to thank?
Yeah, just everybody that's put in the work at the shop, at the track. Setup's real good. I'm waiting for the end of this one to really show what it's got. And, of course, all my sponsors, Monster Energy and Gale Force Suspension, everybody helps out.
All right, well, good luck, Alex. It looks like you're going to be going back to green here this time by, so best of luck to you in the rest of the race.
Thank you.
Everybody, that is Alex Scribner. He's in the 25 car. That is the car in 4th position right there, the Monster Energy Gale Force Racing car, again, piloted by the one and only Alex Scribner. So again, 1 to go on the 4th caution of the night so far. We were 38 laps into this thing of 100 laps. Someone told me 120 before the race. That was a little bit of a mistake in the email right there. I think it was 120 last season. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Maybe that's the Ace Series.
I think he also got the track wrong. I think he told us to go to the wrong track. Reminds me of that Michael Waltrip commercial back in the day. And I believe he got the series wrong, too. I'd like to thank Dakota for that.
Yeah, Dakota told us this was RSR presented by Bob Earl, but this is not RSR. This is the Friday Night B-Car Showdown presented by Gary Mercer. So I think we got everything straight now. This is Dover, mile track, 100 laps, and we got some of the best B-Car drivers in iRacing right now. I know that for sure. Pace car off. Simon Crochark going to bring him down once again. Danny Hansen going to try to get a better restart this time. Crochark going to bring him down slow. Here he goes. Puts it down once again. A little bit of tire spin right there. Big tire spin by Justin Brooks in the back. Here comes Richard Doucette with a great restart. Ford gets not a good run on the restart there as well. Looks like guys in these new tires are just starting to come up here. Josh Lawton is trying to make a move on the outside of, I believe that is Alexia Loma. Here comes Byron Daly, and the 2 tires trying to make a move on him as well. 3 wide down the backstretch. Not quite. Alexia Loma's going to close the door. Byron Daly's going to think better of it, and they're going to go 2 wide through 3 and 4. Alexia on the bottom, Lawton on the top. 2 wide, still going down the front stretch.
A 3 wide would not have been the best decision there, and smart of Byron to back out of it. And Byron and Doucette almost make contact there.
That was close.
Like they did touch, actually. And here comes Lawton, and Lawton make contact, Lawton in the wall.
So it looks like close quarters right there. Still close quarters right there, Steve. 16-6. The 8 car, the 1 car. Here comes Ryan Luz as well with Justin Brooks. Here comes Justin Brooks. Luz is going to put the block on Brooks right there. Brooks is going to drive it in right in front of the 4 car. So we got these guys racing side by side with each other, are really slowing up this pack. Oh, Alexi Loma is going to get loose. Soft turn 2. He's going to save it. Josh Lawton's got to check up 3 wide. Justin Brooks in the bottom. Oh, there goes Byron Daly in the wall. There they all go. Justin Kirby, Peter Bennett, Caution's out. Fifth caution of the night right there.
Wow, some very close racing there, and that all caused because Aloma stayed out on that last caution, and it really stacked up everybody behind them, and they started making contact. Looks like they saw cars everywhere on the wall, and I saw Kirby hit the pit wall pretty good. Bennett get turned around. Not sure what else happened there behind them.
Yeah, it looks like just, again, one big phone booth, as Jesse James would call it. A lot of guys just going for the same real estate, not enough room. Looking back here, it looks like there was contact between the three of Chad Lawton, that simracingreview.com car. And no, there wasn't any contact. No contact right there. It looks like the 4 tried to give the 3 room into 3, Steve. And in turn, the 4 went up and hit the 1 of Byron, sending him into the wall, bouncing off the wall, and then collecting a bunch of cars behind him.
Looks like he took out, after he bounced off the wall, he came down to time. And he's not getting a chance to show that. And yeah, Justin Kirby took a very hard hit into the pit wall there. Luckily for him, the yellow Jersey Bears, I believe we call them, are here. And that hit's still going to be pretty tough. I think that'll end his night. Jarl's night's over. Not sure about Bennett.
Yeah, that's what we call Matt Kenseth's pit barrels. If you remember back, probably 8-9 years ago now, Matt nailed pit barrels. A little bit different positioning, but still, it's still big old pit barrels, and they do not give very easily, especially here in Iris. When you hit them, you hit them. Also, so the pace car had a minor accident coming up through the field. That's a little bit weird. Looks like the pace car driver went a little bit too hard through turn 2 right there, Steve, and bounced off the wall. But A-OK for Brett Ledine driving the pace car around here tonight.
Looks like he has that thing a little too yawed out as well. I think he knocked his toe out by hitting the wall there. But let's see if they see. I don't think we'll see guys pit here. We'll see though. I think pit lane will open this time, or was it open last time?
Well, if it was open last time, I didn't really see anyone come in. If it's open this time, no one's coming in anyway. I see a couple cars back here. I believe that's Andrew Shirley peeling off. He would be back in the 21st position. He's had damage. Armando Vargas is amazingly still piloting that 23 car around here. And we're going to send it down to pit road. Justin, do you have an update on any of these cars? Damage repair, tires, what are they doing down here? Oh, sorry, Joshua.
Well, Andrew Shirley, I mean, he had to beat out some of the fenders from the earlier wreck. He's in his tires, a little bit of fuel. He's going to get back out there and race. So other than that, I'm still trying to get with crew chiefs to find out what's going on, and I'll get back to you.
Alrighty, thank you, Joshua. I'll get that right for the rest of the night. Sorry about that. It was a little bit of a senile moment. Anyway, so it looks like a lot of damage repair from the 26 to 23, the 18, and like Josh said, he's going to try to get with these crew chiefs, see what their strategy is for the rest of this race. But caution after caution after caution. If it continues to go like this, I think a lot of people are just going to stay out for the track position, not to get back in that mess in the middle of the field.
Yeah, I would definitely not want to be back there as a driver. And it looks like even though we've had all these cautions, we had a little incident, solo spin entering pit road under caution between Chris Seymour trying to get slowed up. And looks like he caught those barriers a little bit entering pit road and took a little slide. Just wanted to point that out. That the wrecks aren't only happening on the track, they're also happening under caution.
Yeah, it must be, well, it's not a night race, but, you know, the moon is out during the day sometime. You can see it. And it must be a full moon or something at the Dover International Speedway, or something's really weird in the air because, like I said, 82 laps last season to start the race, and this season we've had 5 cautions and 45 laps. So, again, very different complexion here in Season 5.
I'm going to make it sound a little bit worse. It's only been 35 laps, so I think our longest runs, the first line of the race was pretty good, and ever since that it's been downhill. Hopefully these guys can get it out of their system. I know it's tough as a driver once you get all these runs. Just everyone races really hard, but hopefully they'll settle down eventually, and we can have some runs in.
Definitely so. So again, we're not even halfway here tonight. 5 cautions in the books. Simon Crutchart has led, I believe, every lap. I don't think he's given up that lead at all tonight. So again, that 2 car has been dominant. Just like last week, he was probably the second best car at Jarl. So I've seen that 2 really come on strong the past couple weeks. Again, that is Nexus Esports right there. Again, Matt Wright, Simon Crutchart, a bunch of other guys in this field as well, running very strongly in the Speed Car Series. A little bit of a tap right there from Scribner to the nod to Danny Hansen, saying hello, how are you? Pace car is going to peel off for the 5th time tonight. 6th time tonight. Here we go. Simon Crutchart, Danny Hansen coming to the green. Here they come. Crutchart gets on the gas. Danny Hansen with big tire spin right there. Duval's going to try to make a move. Going into turn number 1, Hansen has a gap behind Duvall. He's going to see that gap. He's going to fall in. So Duvall back up to second after losing some ground on the previous restarts. Hansen back to third. Battle is for fifth as Doucette's going to get the wall right there. Oh, he's going to come down across Carson Downs right there, and luckily they avoided a little bit of a wreck almost happening right there.
Yeah, that could have been another problem there, and Simon has gotten those big restarts all race, and we've seen him pull away, but it looks like Duvall's starting to track him down a little bit. Looks like Duvall with that Gale Force racing there, and Scribner said he had a fast car, and looks like Duvall's coming here.
Duvall definitely is coming. He's within a car length of the number 2 car. He's going to be right on his bumper right here. He's going to get that 2 really loose. Oh, Carson Downs sent up the track with a nice save. Looks like Justin Brooks and Carson Downs right there. Brooks trying to make a hole. It wasn't there. We're getting a pass for the lead right here. Battle for the lead up front. Duvall to the lead. Crochart's going to lose the lead for the first time tonight. Going to get real close to the door of the Danny Hansen machine, that 9 car on the bottom. Hansen's going to clear him in the center of the corner. Here comes Alex Scribner. So all of a sudden, the Crowchart machine has fallen off drastically. The 2 going to the back. He's going to fall into third right here. Here comes Richard Doucette under Alex Scribner. Scribner's going to get in the lane. There, Doucette a couple lanes up right there. Luckily, Scribner gave him enough room, so smart racing by your third place man in points. So here comes Doucette. Doucette's going to take over the 4th position, going to turn number 3. Scribner back to 5th. Justin Brooks is looking to take that position as well.
Yeah, Doucette also second in points, so we know he's looking to gain some ground. I'm not sure how Koenig's doing in second split. If anybody has an update, that'd be great. But here comes Brooks underneath Scribner now, and this is for the 5th spot, and looks like Chad Lawton's going to follow him down there. Really get close in the middle.
Really close racing right there. The 25 of Alex Scribner, the 5 of Justin Brooks, the 3 Chad Lawton. Ryan Lewis still up there after being kind of ping-ponged around tonight so far. A lot of people ping-ponging off of him at least. He's battling right now for the 7th position, trying to take it away from Alex Scribner. Scribner falling to the back in a hurry. I believe he's falling now to guys with newer tires. A lot of these guys that are overtaking him now. Took tires on that last pit stop. Here comes Mahar, really close to 25 right there. Again, Mahar, another car on tires. Mahar's going to take the position. Here comes Alexi Aloma as well. Alexi narrowly escaped the wreck a couple cautions ago. So Alexi, I'm sure, is very thankful to be up there and running right now. So Alexi to the 9th position, Scribner back to 10th. So Scribner goes from the top 3 all the way back to almost outside the top 10 in a matter of a couple laps.
Loma took a big hit in the wall there when we first started. I'm surprised to see he's still up there. And we're talking about those new tires. And the first car with new tires right now is Rich Doucette, and he's running in 4th spot. I know we saw Crowchart get in line after he got past by the front 2, and he's been fine ever since. Looks like Scribner settled in now. But it looks like Doucette's going to be charging up there soon, and then he's starting to reel in those top 3.
Yeah, it looks like lap times last time by. Dylan DeBall, your leader, 23:69. Hansen at a 7:41. Crowchart 7:40. Doucette at a 7:32, and 5th place was at a 7:35. So a half a tenth of a second separates your top 5, and I'm sure Chad Lawton's right there as well with an 83. Now it looks like they're all down into the mid-7s and mid-8s, so about a tenth separates your top running cars tonight. So hot laps, long runs, 10-lap runs, 5-lap runs, these guys are right on top of each other, making it very hard to pass here tonight. And track position does seem to be key, as the 7, the 9 of Danny Hansen, the Crowchart machine, Rich Doucette, they all are still on older tires, so definitely it looks like track position is the way to go so far here tonight in Dover.
Yeah, track position's really paid off for not Scribner as much now. Those top 3 definitely is, and looks like they're starting to pull away from Doucette again, so I must have been mistaken when I said that.
It looks like Danny Hansen and Simon Crowchart are starting to reel in Dylan Duvall at an 85 that time, Hansen at 86. Crowchart the fastest out of the top 3 with an 80, so it's kind of going back and forth every lap. You know, Dylan will run the fastest lap, then Danny will, then Crowchart will, then Doucette will knock off a great lap. So really it's just a toss-up between your top, I'd say 6 right now, up to Chad Lawton. Really seem to be the class of the field cars tonight. Ryan Lewis on back, looks like they're kind of fighting with their cars so far. Lewis at a 97, everyone up in front of him. Fairly close actually, a lot of 9s in front of him as well, so I mean, really, all the way back to 10th position, they were running comparable times, so great tight racing here so far.
Yeah, no, last time by, looks like Chad Lawton caught the wall at turn 4. I don't think it's the first time we've seen him do that tonight, but looks like he's still up there. Him and Brooks have been running pretty close these last couple laps here, and when you're behind, we talk about the arrow loose when you're in front. You also get arrow tight when you're behind, and it looks like that just pushed him up in the outside wall.
The battle for the lead is tightening up once again. 2.5 tenths of a second separate first and second. 4.5 tenths of a second back to third. Danny Hansen is coming with the pressure of the 2 behind him. Looks like Crochart's really pushing that 9 up to the 7 right now. Danny's digging down, trying to get everything he can. We've seen that car struggle the past couple weeks at the bottom half racetracks. One being Kentucky, he was not very good there at all. Danny is looking for a good run tonight, along with his teammate Carson Downs. Right now, Carson not doing so well back in the 15th position, but Danny closing in the lead. Now within 0.2 of a second, Dylan Duval. Dylan's got to start feeling the aero loose effects right now, so Dylan's going to have to hold on for everything that he's worth right now, as the 2 of Crochart's going to try to take the position away from the 9 right there. Not going to happen as he gets a little bit tight off of turn number 4.
Yeah, those front 3 are bad, and I've seen them battle for a couple laps there. Like they spaced them out from the rest of the field, but they're battling pretty hard back there for about 8th place on back as well. Don't want to take away from the battle from the lead. They've been running bumper to bumper as well. So we've seen a lot of single file racing. No one can really make a pass around here. Scribner talked about track position. You can see it's really tough to pass, and it looks like they finally settled in now.
Looks like the 9 car is starting to suffer from that tight in the center condition that we mentioned before when you're behind someone. Looks like he's really tight in the center of 3 and 4, especially a little bit tight right there. Looks like he can't get that car to turn down the center, carry momentum off. He did a pretty decent job of it that time, but I think that 2 is really helping him. I think aero loose for once is actually helping a driver. That 9, I think, would be tight otherwise if the 2 wasn't tucked up behind his bumper like that.
Yeah, looks like he's got behind it. Looks like he was catching the ball rapidly, and now he's caught and he can't do anything. So he's just too tight to make a move on the ball, and it's just happened to a lot of people here. But looks like I guess Duval's car was a little tight.
Oh, Duval with a big wiggle off of turn number 2 right there. Good run for the 9 right there. 9's going to get right up on his bumper. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. He's going to try to get this run off turn 4. The 9 cut the center that time really well. He's going to have a run down to turn number 1. The 7 and the 9 close up even more. Now it's only less than a 1/10 and a half separate your top 2, 3/10 separate your top 3.
And trouble
within
around.
Within 0.2 of a second back to 6th. Scribner around, that's your 3rd place man in points. We're going to try to find him right here. Not sure, I'm not sure if he's got any really serious damage, Steve. Oh, yes he does. Yeah, it looks like the right rear, is pretty bent in. I'm going to rewind this right now. I'm hearing he got some help right there. Looking at the 6 of Josh Lawton's going to slide up the track into him, and the 25 is going to go around, and tough break for the 25 right there, Scribner. ETV chinks right there again. That's the 2nd week in a row we've talked to someone they wrecked right after, so I don't think a lot of people are going to be trying to talk to us the next couple weeks here, but tough break for that 25 car, and unfortunately that's not going to help him in the points at all.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Josh intended to do that. He caught the apron and that kind of shot him at the track, which is a very tendency of this track. And the apron's right there. You clip that, you're going to go up. And unfortunate for Scribner, he's happened to be on the high side there, and there's nothing really he could have done about that. So that's going to hurt him in the points, definitely. The right rear damage. Hopefully we can get that fixed and get back out there.
Looks like everyone is going to come down pit road this time. I'm going to send it down to Josh down there with any updates.
Well, like you said, everybody's battling loose. They're not coming in as much as they wanted them because they're not getting the runs that they need to get their cars to warm up. But as the leaders come down pit road, as soon as they get in the box, I give you the leaders pick.
They all get in there cleanly, it looks like. Josh, I don't see anyone sliding through. Duval gets in there clean. Right side's up on him. Looks like Rich Doucette, Josh, is going to take 2, along with the 6 of Josh Lawton, so some strategy right there.
Yeah, it might hurt them in the long run, though. 2 tires normally make you a little bit looser than normal. And
so, well, that's over, I believe that's over 30 laps on those left sides, Josh. I mean, like you said, I don't think that's really going to work in the long run if it does happen, but we're going to have to wait and see. But it seems like those are the only 2 to take 2 tires. That'd be the teammates of Doucette and Lawton. It looks like everyone else took 4, Josh. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing down here. Everybody else took 4 tires and fuel. Just those 2. We'll just have to keep an eye on them, see what happens.
And I'd like to point out that never mind. He's a lap down. So sorry about that. I almost said Chris Seymour's leading, but he's a lap down. But David Cater is now going to be 1 lap down after having those internet issues before the race even started. Looks like make another run. I don't know if he'll be back on the lead lap with the track position, but we also saw Rich Doucette take 2 tires, I believe, a couple weeks ago at Chicago, was it? And that worked for him.
Certainly did. Rich went on to win that race, and he went on to win last week too. So Doucette's trying to go for 3 in a row, and I don't think anyone's ever won 3 races in a row. I know Crawford's been close a lot. Crawford might have done it I'm not sure. We're gonna have to look up stats for that one. But 3 in a row in a series of stuff as this, that's quite the accomplishment.
Yeah, it'd definitely be an accomplishment for Rich. I know, I believe his first win in the series was actually at Chicago, and now he's going for 3 in a row. So he's definitely been one of the guys to beat these last couple of weeks, and now he's going to be the race leader again. So I know his teammates Josh Lawton also took 2, but we saw Duvall was really quick on that run. Crochart and Hansen were all fast. Ryan Luce up there in 6 as well. See if he can get down with these guys once he has a track position.
And speaking of that Willman Inc. team of Doucette, Lawton, Cater, I want to put the spotlight on that 3 car. You know, you see the 3 car back there, Chad Lawton. You see him run up front every week. And, you know, looking at it, you would think that he's been on iRacing maybe since the beginning. You know, as consistent as he is and as smart as he drives. Chad Lawton signed up this year. Okay, he has not even been on this service for a year. I mean, it's probably close to 6 months right now. The 3 car made pro the first season he attempted it, and I believe he never had run an A race before his first A race to run for pro. So Chad Lawton is really doing a phenomenal job on iRacing. I know he raced NASCAR 2003 for many years, which was definitely a big help in the transition from NR 2003 to iRacing, but awesome job by Chad Lawton. I mean, I'm really impressed every time I see him go out. I mean, I know he hasn't been on here very long. I can't wait to see what he can do maybe a year or 2 from now if he's still on here and with a little bit more experience under his belt.
Yeah, I know. I was in Division 2 for the A-car standings that first season he did, and I was looking at the points at about 4 weeks, and I thought a championship locked up. Then he comes out of nowhere and scores about 2,100 or 2,200 just to make pro, and that's quite an accomplishment to make pro in itself. And your first season trying, and really your first season actually, I think it was his first season on iRacing to make pro. That's just quite a big accomplishment, and good for him to do that. And hopefully, you know, I'm sure he's fast enough to get in the DWC, and he's shown he's going to be competitive here all season. As the pace car is going to pull off here, and we're about to take it back green.
Rich Doucette's going to bring him down slow. Going to have to watch out for that tire spin. Old left side tires in the front row. They're going to get away okay. Josh Lawton gets caught sleeping. Here comes 4 tires to Duvall to the bottom, going down to turn number 1 and 2. Lawton's going to close the door. 2 is going to be outside. Luza up to the 5th position, trying to take 4th away from Crochart. Here comes Danny Hansen back there looking on in 6th.
Luza got a really good restart there. He actually restarted on the outside line back in 6th, and he was able to get down and take away 2 spots there on a restart.
Great run by Luza. He's really been from the front to back to the front. He's been all over the place tonight. But now he's in 4th position up inside the top 5. So great job at 17 tonight to get up there and get some track position. Danny Hansen's going to take the 5th position. The 2 car looks like he's struggling in traffic. This is the furthest back that car has been all night. He's under attack for the 7th position right now. Justin Brooks inside of him. Pass for 2nd. Dylan Duvall is going to take those 4 tires around the 2 tires. Josh Lawton try to run down the 6 of Rich Doucette.
See Doucette, and yeah, he's definitely going to be quicker than Doucette here on these tires. Let's see if Doucette gets much of a fight here. He's going to look to the inside turn 2 and see if he can get a run into 3, and it doesn't look like he can, as we got a battle for 3rd going on now.
Oh, lose a little bit of slow in the center right there because he had the checkup for Lawton. Oh, he gets the apron, so does Danny Hansen. Hansen's going to get to the bottom of him nonetheless. Here comes the 9 car. That 9 car really looks strong on 4 tires right now. He's coming to the front. We saw him be just as quick as the 7, as the 7's going to try to take the lead right here. Rich Doucette. Ooh, Doucette nails the wall right there along with Luza, so a couple cars heavy into the wall right there. Doucette's going to lose the 2nd position. He might lose 3rd here as well. Oh, big wiggle in the center for the 8. He's going to get real close to big hit for the 8 once again. So that's 2 hard hits into the wall for the 8. So I believe Doucette's going to have some handling issues out.
Oh, there we go.
For the 3rd time. 3rd time's the charm. That's going to be really the finishing touch for the right side of that 8 car. He's going to lose all this track position. Luz is going to save it.
Nice save. That was a great save by Luza.
Oh, Crutchart. Oh, Mahar. Oh, Mahar. Wow, they saved it. I don't know how they did that. Oh, he's going to block him right there. Mahar's going to sit it down in the corner. He's going to move Luza. Luza hangs on to it. He's going to hit him one more time. He's going to hit him the 3rd time. And they save it. Oh my, that was fun.
That's a good piece of driving there by Luza to hold on there. About a lap he was sideways, I think, consistently around this thing through both turns, and he did a heck of a job to hold on to that thing, and looks like Doucette got it handled in now. But that when he was up on the outside there, that wall comes up quick out of these turns, and looks like that really hurt his car. As he's going to have a tough night here to the end. 2 tires definitely bad call for him this time, but that's what you have to do when you're right for it.
Crutchart in the wall right there, so Crutchart's night is really turning bad quickly. He's under attack That's for the 8th position right there. Luza's going to take it. Here comes Mahar. Crowchart is falling to the back. Does not look like Crowchart's going to go. Get the job.
Oh, there goes
big
Mahar.
hook. Oh, he's going to save it again. Oh,
And
no,
there
he
goes
isn't.
Mahar in 2.
Oh,
And
you
we got
said-
a big wreck.
Oh, Alexi. And big wreck. Well, oh, the Joe Holt almost got nailed from the left rear trying to slow down right there. So, again, for the second week in a row, the dominant car in the first half, Jarl last week, Simon this week, are not going to win this race, or at least not finish where they should be anyway. It looks like Mahar got together with Crowchart, and Doucette comes in there afterward. Oh, and just nails the 2 right there. So Doucette into the back of the 2. Alexi Loma gets squeezed. Oh my, big wreck in turn number 1 and 2 right there.
Yeah, I believe before the race you were talking about the straightaways and how people like to wreck on the straightaways, and that was one of the cases right there. I'm not sure if Mahar came up or Crowhart came down. I'd have to take another look at it, but not good for either one of them.
Yeah, not a lot of room given on the straightaway right there. It looks like the 2 came off the wall. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put that in the 2 right there. Crowchart came off the wall just a little bit, and the 10 was right there, and unfortunately they got together. And then Doucette really just came in there. I guess Doucette really got into there quick. I think Doucette didn't expect the 2 to slow down quite as much. He got a little bit of that wall glue and really slowed it down. Doucette nailed him and really put the finishing touches on that accident right there. So tough break for Crowchart. Again, dominant car first half is not going to win the race for the second week in a row.
I'm sure we have some activity on pit road. Josh, what do you see going on down there?
Oh, there's a lot of people coming in, tires and fuel. People involved in the wreck, their pit crews are working on getting the damage beat out, like the 13. Nick Zotter, he's in. He's getting his damage repaired. Alex Scribner's in, and gonna take tires, get the repairs out, try to get back on the track to at least make some laps for points.
All right, there you have it, Josh from pit road, and looks like Doucette stayed out on the track there. I'm not sure why. Looks like he has some heavy damage, but
Oh wow.
yeah, surprised
Yeah, he
to see him
does.
stay out.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I don't think Doucette's too pleased right now, so I'm sure I don't think he really cares at this point. He's got damage all over the place, so I don't believe it's going to be 3 in a row for Doucette. It was looking good when he was up in the lead right there, but unfortunately for that pink JDR Graphics car, I don't think that pink is lucky for him, as again, damaged all 4 corners of that car. Looking up front, though, got a good group of cars still in the running. Dylan Duvall leading, Josh Lutton second, the brothers second and third actually. Josh Lutton second, Chad Lutton third. Danny Hansen still with some great track position up in 4th, great car as well. Justin Brooks with another good car in 5th. Peter Bennett up there, Carson Downs making his way to the front. Ryan Luza, some way or another, still in 8th. I don't know how he saved that thing as much, and he's got very minimal damage for being sideways as he's been all night. So great job by him to keep that thing straight. But everyone back from there. You got Doucette in 9th with some heavy damage. Kevin Burst in the Ford, I believe, has bounced off some things tonight. He's got some right side damage on that car. I mean, you got Joe Holt, looks relatively clean back there. John Bunton in the 28 looks pretty decent. Jake Pullen in the Lilly Trucking car looks okay, but I haven't seen the speed out of that group of cars to really be able to get up there and do something with the leaders.
Yeah, the point is going, they might have a shot. And you mentioned the pink car before. I just want to take a minute to discuss that, if you don't mind. I know, and I'm sure many people know that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which is why everyone's sort of pink cars. I know I have a pink car because my mom's actually going through breast cancer right now. But so that's a big deal. You'll see a lot of guys have their pink cars brought out for this month. I know you have one for the DWC race at Homestead. I'm sure there's a bunch of other guys that are going to have some too.
There's going to be a sea of pink, if you want to call it, at Homestead Tuesday night in the DWC race. So, I really enjoy running the pink car every season. Unfortunately, it's a reminder that breast cancer is a huge killer around the world of women. It's very sad, but it's great that us as sim racers can really do something to give back to the women, and some men get it too, surprisingly. So it's great that we can give back. By showing that we appreciate what they go through, and we're showing them that we care. I have a couple special people in the back of my car. A lady by the name of Nira Traster is currently going through breast cancer. She is doing quite well right now, so that's good for her. And Betty Ann Gordon had breast cancer, really bad case of it, and she's been fine, I believe, for a couple years now. So we're thinking about them. I'll be thinking about them Tuesday in the finale, and hopefully we can bring home a good run for them. But anyway, back focusing here tonight, Friday Night Beat Car Showdown. We're coming to lap 80 right here. Dylan Duvall is your leader. Pace cars off. Dylan Duvall is going to bring him down slow. Watch for the tire spin once again. Bring him down slow. Not yet, not yet. There he goes. Hits the gas. Oh!
There they go.
Oh, no! Oh, it's not going to be good. Oh! Wreck. There's a wreck. Justin Brooks around. Oh, Luz is going to get a piece of it that time. Big tire spin by Chad Lawton. I think I jinxed him too. I said how safe he's been. He's been a very safe driver, and well, a little bit of tire spin right there for the 3 machine. Maybe a little bit of inexperience. Not sure, but he's going to come up into Danny Hansen. He's going to bounce off of him. Hansen's going to save it, but unfortunately the 3 is going to come back down to the Brooks car. Luz is going to hook the 14. Actually, oh, Danny Hansen gets a big part of it. Oh, Carson Downs going to get a big part of it. I think that could have been avoided, Steve, if Luz didn't try to slingshot up through the middle right there. That wasn't called for. You didn't need to do that.
Yeah, I'm going to go back and watch that restart there, but I kind of want to know how many cars were involved in that. I think that may be the biggest wreck in ETV history, but yeah, Alex Kaluza made it 5 wide there on the front stretches. Brooks is trying to save it, and I guess inexperience as well. It's his first time we've seen him in this series, and that caught the 14 just sent had to be more than 10, 15 cars to go around there. I think it's the rest of the back half of the lead lap.
I believe the 2 biggest wrecks in ETV Friday night history have been at Dover. I don't think that was the biggest, though. I believe a couple seasons ago, I don't know if John Westling remembers this or not, but there was a wreck. I believe it was I think it was a first split race. Big wreck off of turn 4. Pretty much involved every car in the field, maybe except for first and second. I believe Cater was the only car to get away from it unscathed. So a lot of big wrecks at Dover. Unfortunately, I think we just saw the big one tonight here on lap 80.
Yeah, I counted about 14 cars that, or 15 cars that were involved in that, or at least got some sort of contact. I think Byron Daly was the only one that was in the back that actually got away without touching anybody. So he was on the outside, but everything else had to come to a dead stop, and that collected almost everybody.
Yeah, definitely so. And we're going to get an onboard shot of the 17. John's going to cue that up for everybody. I'm on board with him myself right now, and I think what you're going to see, once I get this going here, it looks like he sees a hole in the middle as everyone stacks up, and he tries to go for the hole, misjudges, and gets the Carson Downs machine right there, and unfortunately gets back up into Danny Hansen. Carson Downs is going to hit him once again, so Ryan Luza, again, some more aggressive driving from that driver tonight, and unfortunately I think that made the situation worse. I think they would have been okay if he didn't come up there like that. I don't think we would have had so many cars around, but unfortunately he felt that's what he had to do, and well, that's what happened.
Yeah, it looked like, I'm not sure why he did that actually, because he restarted on the outside lane, and when you go to the middle there, he was about to pass Bennett, and that would have got him a black flag anyway for trying that, so he really should have backed off there, and that definitely could have been avoided, but instead we have a bunch of torn up cars, more than we had, so I think about everybody has a little piece of damage on them now, maybe from another wall or a car or something, but I think everything, even the pace car had some contact tonight, so I think everything's getting torn up here.
Yeah, it's been a really, really, really bad night for tearing up cars, Dakota.
Yeah, guys, and I just kind of wanted to point out, I went back, looked at the replay, tried to do a little bit of counting, as there was so much carnage going on. It was kind of hard to get a car count, but I know at least 11 cars made contact with either the wall or another car in just that little short run there, and that's probably not counting some other guys checking up for the wreck back there behind them.
Yeah, well, I know I saw a bunch of guys stopped in the back, so you know those guys you were talking about that didn't have the speed earlier? I think they have the track position now. Is Garrett Grant, who was involved in that first caution, he's up in the top 5 now, so shout out to that crew for getting him up there, and that's really a surprise to see.
Well, I mean, just look at this. You have Josh Lawton with damage, Chad Lawton with damage as the 26 blows up getting on the pit road. Byron Daly's wrecked. That car is done. That thing should be put in the hauler, put in the flatbed, and towed back to the headquarters, get that thing fixed. You can use Gary Mercer to tow cars, by the way. I just want to say that. Okay, so you got him. Garrett Grant's been wrecked, but like I said, they fixed his damage quite well. He's up there. Carson Downs is wrecked. He's in 6th place. Rich Doucette's wrecked. He's towed out. 10 car, Brad Mahar, He's got quite a bit. Oh, I don't think actually Mahar is pretty clean, so that's good for Mahar. He's looks like the cleanest car on the track. David Cater's pretty clean, but he's a lap down. Armando Vargas, after flipping, is up there. He's 10 laps down, so he's not in contention. Danny Hansen is on the lead lap at 9th. Simon Crochart with damage is in 10th. Alex Scribner wrecked is, I think he'll be 11th. Kevin Burris wrecked is in 12th. I mean, it just shows the attrition tonight. I mean, we have cars that are wrecked pretty much from 4th on back. The majority of them are wrecked. And they're going to try to get going on this restart right here, and they may have a shot to win this thing. So we're going to have to see what happens here. Coming to lap 85, pace car pulls in once again. Duval's going to get an early restart. Great restart by Josh Lawton that time. He timed it really nicely. He's going to get off as well. Looks like that 6 car is going to be the one and only contender to get to that 7th at this point. Looks like everyone back there, I think, has too much damage to get him. Josh Lawton gets a great run at the turn 1. He's going to pull right up to the back bumper of the 7, going into turn number 3 and 4.
Yeah, it looks like the 6 is going to catch the wall here, and everyone else is damaged. I thought funny seeing this head car still out there, watching him on straightaways, he's sideways, and kind of wish I competed in this race tonight. The way my season's gone, we got trouble. Oh, I saved it. What a save by Brad Mahar up there on the down front straight.
Great job by Mahar, but I can't keep my eyes off this battle right here. Or I can't take my eyes off this battle right here. Josh Lawton tied up against the bumper of the 7. Will we see the bump and run right here? It's getting down to crunch time. Coming down to 14 to go this time by. Looks like Chad Lawton's starting to close up too. So Lawton looks like he isn't damaged enough to really put him out of this. So we got a 3-car battle for the lead. Heating up, the 6 is going to get a great run through the center, 1-2. Right in the back of that 7 car. 7's going to get a little bit loose off the corner. Oh, almost into the wall. Great job of the 7 to keep it off the wall right there. Looks like a little bit of blocking in the back right here. This might turn into something. It's not, though. Byron Daly's going to keep it straight. That car is really damaged, too. I'm surprised he's keeping that thing straight. Still a 3-car battle for the lead, Steve.
Yep, and Chad Lawton's definitely closing on both them there. I believe he, Josh, they haven't pitted since he took 2, I don't believe, but, yeah, it looks like Grant's going to get around Byron Daly for 5th there, and...
Oh, there goes Mahar.
There you go.
Mahar off turn 2, and I'm pretty sure he's going to nose that thing to the wall. Ooh, actually, he's going to back it into the wall. So, again, one of the cleaner cars in the field, another jinx. He's going to be gone. Chad Lawton just disconnected. I'm not sure what that was all about.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he... What is he... Oh, I see what happened now. It looked like he just drove his car into the inside wall, started coming back up, and his car disappeared.
Huh.
That's really... I think it might have had some computer troubles, maybe? That's the only reason why I could see that happening.
I guess so. So a bad night gone worse for Chad. It seemed like he was going to have a shot, maybe for the win, but, well, you got to be in the race to have a shot at it, and he's not going to be in the race anymore. So now we're back down to a 2-car battle. It's going to be Duval, that's going to be Lawton, and that's going to be it. Those are going to be your 2 battler contenders for the win right here.
Yeah, looking at Lawton's cockpit view, it looks like his screen froze because he didn't stop turning left and didn't really get off. Didn't had the same gas pedal he was on. So, unfortunate for him that he was having a good run going even after that restart. But it looks like the race is going to be in Duval and Lawton unless Carson Downs or Garrett Grant has anything for those front 2. And I know we are talking about last week the Gale Force and Wheelman thing, but none of those drivers think we're talking about for that, or at least Jeffrey Parker's not in this race. But I know these 2 definitely aren't focused on that.
Not at all. They are focused on trying to get the win here tonight. These 2 guys, I don't believe... Duval's never won an ETV Friday night race. I don't believe Josh has either. Or at least not in a long time anyway. So these guys are really hungry for a win up here, top 2. Carson Downs most definitely has never won an ETV Friday night race. I think Carson might be okay. It looked like he was a little bit slower than your top 2. But the car, well, it's damaged, Steve. I mean, it's not good at all. But if these 2 battle each other hard enough, maybe he can slip by and steal this win.
Yeah, I'm sure we haven't seen anything from... We've seen a lot tonight so far, and I'm sure anything could still happen. I don't think anything would really surprise me if we saw that happen. We might even see Garrett Grant get the win out of nowhere. So hopefully these 2 will... I know these 2 are very aggressive racers up front. We're going to see some really good battling between those 2 once we go green again. Hopefully we'll keep it green to the end. I don't really think there's anyone not broken enough to cause a caution, but, you know, sometimes when you have broke cars, that causes cautions.
Yeah, definitely so.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll see these guys stay green, and we can have a good battle between Duval and Lawton, but You never know who else can get involved in this if they get battled a little too hard and start making some contact.
Contact can definitely lead to some pretty nasty things here. Before we get back on the green, we're going to take one more short commercial break. Got to get the sponsors in there that make this stuff happen. So don't go anywhere. We're going to be back with the conclusion of Friday Night B-Car Showdown at Dover International Speedway.
Hey, JD here with ETV Live, and let me tell you something. If it's too big for the pickup truck and you need to move it, there's only one trucking company you need to call, and don't bother with the Yellow Pages, cowboy. I'll give you that number in a minute. Manufactured goods, automotive, technical equipment, furniture, even if you need a reefer, Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated is the only choice, cowboy. With locations in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, Rancho Cucamonga, California, if you need to move it, store it, and keep it cold, you need to call Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated. Long haul, short haul, or just across town, Gary Mercer has the best trained and qualified drivers to get your load from point A to point B with professionalism and on time. So remember, Hoss, if it don't fit in a pickup truck, you're going to need a real truck, cowboy. Sponsors of ETV Live's Friday Night Showdown, Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated, 1-800-668-2980.
Alright, welcome back everybody. My name is Mike Conte and beside me is Steve Zenyi. Oh wait, that's not right. Here we go! Green flag's out. Great restart by Dylan Duval right there. Josh Lawton in second. Carson Downs in third. Garrett Grant's going to try to find a place down here in turn number 1 and 2. Not going to happen. He's going to get a big run off turn 2. Oh, Doucette! Oh, into the inside wall. Oh.
Hey, he's come back on the track.
Oh no, he's not going to save it. Well,
and
oh boy.
Nobody got him on the way back up the track. I'm not sure if anyone else saw him do that, but that was a tough ride. Looks like they got in the wall and the car just shot dead left on him. So,
yeah.
Alfred Lee's gonna have to wait till the next restart.
Oh god, he almost got Scribner.
Yeah, that was close by everybody. Did a nice job. Everyone
Cater
missing
too.
him. Yeah, everybody did a good job missing him there. But how many cautions is that? I have lost track.
Well, I don't know. Dakota, how many cautions is that?
Don't ask me. I'm not going back and count.
I'm gonna count right now for everybody. I'm gonna look at some laps here. Let's look at our leader, Dylan Duval. He should have the most accurate lap count. Okay, so we got 1 caution, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice long run in the middle right there. I think our longest run of the night was from lap 46 to 62. So well, that's not really a long run, but for tonight it was. Yeah, we're somewhere around 10. We're right on par. We're working okay. We're doing okay.
Yeah, it's around caution number 10. I'm sure it's not the worst race we've had all season, not the best, but it's sure been fun to call up here tonight. I've really enjoyed it. I know we've seen some good racing in the middle, some kind of funny stuff on restarts, but all in all, it's been a pretty interesting race, for to say the least.
Definitely has. It's been fun to call with you as well. And again, I'm Mike Conti. He's Steven Azeni. Sorry we messed that up. Down to Dakota.
Hey guys, I'm just going to give you a little break here, and I just wanted to talk about tomorrow night, the Paint the Yellow All-Star Race. It's Talladega in the trucks. You don't want to miss that one. Actually, going to have Steven and Denny down there with us Monday night. I don't know if we're doing anything Sunday night, but I know Monday night we are with RSR in a race to the chase. I believe Landon Huffman is 2 for 2. See if he can go 3 for 3, and also I believe Wesley Outland show is the winner is Motorsports. They've had guys like Ryan Blaney on there, all kinds of top-notch guys on there, so you want to tune into that as they talk about racing in general, pretty much. And then Tuesday night, openpaddock.net. Thought I'd get our plugs out there. Don't miss it.
JD Webb, if he's watching right now, I'm sure he is. He's got to have a big smile. That was a great set of plugs right there. He did that justice. Good job.
Yeah, I know Dakota's taking over for JD this week while he's out. I know JD said he'd be out of commission at least a week, so hopefully he's back soon. I know, Dakota, I'm sure you're enjoying your week in charge. I know you messed up one email already. Hopefully you get it on track for the next time. And I guess don't let it go to your head either. I mean, it's only for a week.
Yeah. Big man for a week, but after that, JD is going to come and lay the gauntlet down, and we're going to have to listen to him again. So, anyway, like we said before earlier in the broadcast, if you missed it, JD had to go in for surgery. Pretty decent-sized operation, actually, and he's recovering nicely right now. He made it through A-OK, so as Steven said, he'll be back in about a week if everything goes well. So we can't wait until Cowboy JD Webb is back calling the races with us. So, but anyway, so tonight, if you missed it, it's been quite the battle of attrition. We only have 13 cars in lead lap right now. Last one being Rich Doucette, who is all broken to pieces. So really have 2 cars that could win this thing right now, I feel. Dylan Duval and Josh Lawton, they're really the only ones without any damage. I believe Duval's the only one that's got a completely clean car out here tonight, so we might have to give him an award for that. But compared to last season, it's just amazing. Tail of 2 seasons, 82 lap green flag run last season, and the longest run we've had tonight, I believe, was 17 laps. So when we're going through the caution count, so big difference between last season and this season. I just keep bringing it up, but I hate to sound repetitive, but it amazes me how much things are different. I mean, are the cars that much different to drive? I know the setups are a lot different from last season. I don't know if that's inducing it. I know the aero loose is making it a lot tougher to drive in traffic. Dakota's telling me that it's all the pros' faults, which, well, it's always the pros' faults. It's always the black stripes, but it's just tough racing tonight. A lot of guys, we broadcast these things. These guys want to win on a webcast because, they got people watching, they got their team watching, they got their team rooting them on. They want to do well. And a lot of these guys know they have a shot to win, and they're just going all out, pedal to the metal every lap, just trying to get up there and make something happen. Unfortunately, like tonight, just a little bit too aggressive. But hopefully next week I will have a little bit cleaner race than this. But like Steven said before, I've had a blast calling this thing. I don't know why, but it's been pretty darn enjoyable to call. So I'm sure these last couple laps here, I hope this battle between the 7 and the 6 can carry out. Hopefully these guys put their heads on straight one more time, and we can get these last couple laps completed here. Pace car is going to pull off right here. 7's laying way back. I believe he's going to try to get the jump, and he does. Josh Lawton times it pretty well again. Byron Daly's going to get into the 3rd position right there. Carson Downs back to 4th. Garrett Grant back to 5th. The battle is going to be for the lead. We're going to keep it up there and see what happens.
Well, hopefully they can kick green for 3 laps. Looks like Josh is going to have a shot at him, and Byron Daly said, yeah, he's going to hold on to it.
Whoa, big wiggle.
Joe Holton along
big wreck in the back, that's it.
No caution yet, and
caution's out, that's it.
On the W. Well,
Duval with the first win. Good job, Dylan Duval. Congratulations.
Well, Duval's going to take home the win tonight. I think one of the most interesting races we've seen all season long. I'm sure I can see that from racing some, from calling some with you guys. I know it's nice to see Duval get a win. I don't think he's won yet this season. Josh Lawton is the first time we've seen him here all season, 2nd. Carson Downs takes it home 3rd. Byron Daly, that car's pretty beat up. He took it home 4th, and Garrett Grant, top 5. Definitely was not expecting him to finish up there at the start of the race, but good run for him.
Yeah, Kevin Burris, another surprise in 6th. Alex Scribner rebounds to 7th. So Scribner is going to make up points on Doucette. So Doucette was 9 behind. Scribner was 19 behind. Doucette's 15th. Scribner's 7th. Doucette led a lap, so that's 1 bonus point. So Scribner's going to make up, I believe, 7 points on Doucette. So it's going to be only 3 points separating Doucette and Scribner. Now, I'm not sure how Koenig is running in the 2nd split, but if Koenig is up where he usually is, and that's in the top 3, Koenig could make up a lot of points tonight on the people behind him.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to try to get an update here from 2nd split and see what's happening. Hopefully we can... I mean, that race will be over by now, the way this one's going. I think we finished with 11 cautions here tonight. So it was a tough race, but all in all, it was a very fun one to call with you. Definitely enjoyed it. I know next week we're going to head to the big 2.5-mile track at Daytona, which is always fun.
Well, if you thought you saw some big junk here tonight, tune in next week if you want to see some more, because speeds upwards of 190 miles per hour with cars a couple inches from each other. It's going to be intense. So, super speedways. The Talladega race this season was pretty darn good. We had quite the climatic finish. So it was a side-by-side battle. David Cater, I believe, lost by less than a couple hundredths or something. I mean, it was really darn close. So hopefully we'll see the same thing at Daytona next week. I believe it'll be a night race, so B cars under the lights at Daytona. That'll be great. So that'll be fun to call. I can't wait to see that. But anyway, tonight, your top 10, Dylan Duval, Josh Lawton, Carson Downs, Byron Daly, Garrett Grant, top 5. 6, Kevin Burris, Alex Scribner, Joe Holt, Nick Sautner, rounding out your top 10. Again, the dominant first half car, Simon Crochart, only is able to rebound to 10th. Brad Mahar, after an accident late in the goings, 11th. Ryan Lewis, after, well, being all over the place tonight. A lot of great saves for that 17 car, I have to say. In 12th, Chris Seymour, 13th, a good rebound from last week. Now, everyone 14th on back is all really been up pretty bad. Pete Bennett, Rich Doucette, Jake Poole, and David Cater rebounds from a drop connection on the start. Finished 17th, only 2 laps down. Danny Hansen, after a strong run, is going to be 4 laps down, 18th. Brendan Gerald, 19th. Armando Vargas, after flipping, is 20th. Chad Lawton, after computer issue, 21st. Justin Brooks caught up in the restart. Big wreck on the front stretch that took out 11 to 15 cars. We're still not sure. Andrew Shirley blows up in 23rd. John Button, 24th. Justin Kirby, 25th. Alexi Loma, 26th. Charles Tyen, not what he expected, 27th. Jeremy Thornton, 28th. Liam Lambert, 29th. And a disappointing finish for Justin Thompson, rounding out your field in 30th.
And by the way, guys, just to jump in here, Anthony Kernick, just got my notes up, and he finished second today at Dover in second split and led, I believe, the most laps at 65 laps today, so that's quite a few bonus points and second place.
Do you happen to know who won that race?
I do not. See if I can look.
Yeah,
No.
Kernick gonna hold on to his points lead.
I know Matt Wright was in there. Matt's been really strong, so I wouldn't be surprised if Matt went up there and maybe got the W tonight. I'm not sure. We'll just have to find out.
I know one of Dakota's buddies, Jeffrey Parker, was there too. I'm sure he had a good run.
It was Kenneth Dancer winning, and actually Jeff got wrecked out earlier. I remember getting an update about that.
Well, that's unfortunate for him.
Yeah. But like I said, I believe it was, let me pull this back up again, Kenneth Dancer. I don't think we've heard a lot about him before. He only led 16 laps tonight.
Well, doesn't matter how many you lead, as they always say, it matters that you lead the last lap. And we're going to go to commercial break, but we have Dylan Duval in here, we have Alex Scribner, we have a couple of the front runners, so when we come back, it'll be the ETV Live post-race show from Dover. Alrighty, welcome back, everybody. In the broadcast booth, we have your number one finisher tonight, Dylan Duval, taking home his first Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated Friday Night B-Car Showdown win, coming in Season 5 of the series. Dylan, tell us how you were able to manage to be the only car on the track without a scratch at the end.
A lot of it was just the fact that I had track position. I got a pretty good qualifying lap in right before that last qualifying session, right before the actual race, and that helped a lot. And on top of it, I stayed out one stop, and that kept me sort of away from most of the wrecks for a majority of the race. And yeah, it's pretty much the only reason why it was clean.
Just out of curiosity, is that an airplane in the background?
Well, I'm not sure if it's an airplane. I don't think Dylan wants to discuss that. It's probably his computer fan or something.
Yeah, that would be my computer.
So anyway, Dylan, it sounds like your computer is working overtime, and your mind must have been working overtime too, trying to figure out strategy and tires or not to take them. We know you had a fast car tonight. I mean, were tires important at all, or was it just all track position because of all the stuff that was going on in the middle of the field?
Yeah, tires were somewhat important, but I think the track position, I think the track position more than anything was key. I think it's really hard to pass here. You have to set up a pass almost perfectly or have someone make a mistake for someone to get around you. So I think, yeah, the track position was a little bit more important than tires.
Alrighty, Dylan, well, we're going to let you go, but congratulations on your first win. Before we let you go, just let us know who makes it happen for you.
I'd like to thank Gale Force Suspension, also Wheelstand Pro, everyone on Gale Force, especially Jeff Dukehart. I ran his setup tonight, and it was really good. You guys at ETV, and thanks for the interview.
Alright, thank you, Dylan. Now I'm going to send it down to my co-anchor, Steven Azeni, who's caught up with Josh Lawton.
Yeah, I'm here with Josh Lawton, second place finisher tonight. Now, Josh, you went from the front to the back to the front a bunch of times. Tell us about what was going on out there. How was your race?
Race was good. Chose a long run setup and thought maybe we'd see something like that, but I was able to tighten it up for the short run. I honestly thought we had something there for Dylan. We just got a more than 2 green flag laps, but finished second. It's really good, so I'll take it.
Yeah, you were running about 10th place there, about the middle part of the race, and after that longer run we had with the race, about 19 laps, you took 2 tires. Strategical call there. I know that really paid off for you. So, but anyway, who makes it happen for you here, and who'd you like to thank?
I just need to thank all the guys at Wilman Inc. for their hard work, especially David Cater. He puts his heart and soul into these B setups, and I ran his setup tonight, and like I said, it was made for the long run. It couldn't compete with them guys in the short run, but we got anything over 20 laps is going to be game over, and just fell a little short tonight, but we'll come back next week and see if we can go.
All right, good run for you tonight. And Mike, I believe you caught up with someone else?
Yeah, I've caught up with Byron Daly. And Byron, well, let's just say that your car wasn't in perfect working order at the end. Tell us how you were able to rebound to finish 4th after all that.
Well, fortunately, I restarted on the outside when they all wrecked on the restart, so I didn't get any dumb black flags or anything for passing wrecked cars, and that's really what changed the race for me. After getting destroyed there when someone airballed the corner, I figured I was going to finish like 90th or something, and once I got up in the top 5 on that wreck there, I just decided I was going to drive for all it's worth. Drove a little uncharacteristic because I figured if I didn't do what I could to finish up there, I was going to get trained back, so I had to do some blocking and all sorts of stuff. I was really expecting just to get dumped by somebody eventually, but luckily it didn't happen, and somehow finished 4th.
Yeah, I saw to the corner of my eye, a big block down the backstretch. I don't know who's behind you, but we were kind of getting antsy up here watching that. But great driving by you. I mean, tell us, okay, you're a fellow DWC driver, you know, you're cream of the crop, if you want to call it. What does this B car need to get rid of some of these cautions? I mean, we saw 11 cautions tonight, and we're bringing it up all race long. That we had an 82-lap green flag run last season. What needs to be changed in this series to bring back those long green flag runs?
To be honest, from observing in that race, it seems like it's the way you have to set up the car. You got to be, you got to be tight enough to get off the corners. It's all about momentum, and the truck seems to be able to handle people being looser or different conditions a little better. The B car is really sensitive to anything you do to it, so I feel like a lot of the guys are running about the same, and it just makes it hard to pass anybody. You can't be a little freer so you can get off the corner. I know for me, I was too tight to get off the corner without sliding up into somebody, and overall, it's going to come down to the driver. So at the end of the day, if the drivers decide that the race is going to go clean, we'll have a clean race. But there are a few things that do cause us to have some issues, and those are just some of them.
All right, so I mean, I definitely agree with the combination between the characteristics of the car and the drivers. I can't agree with you more. It's a great answer. So thanks, Byron, for coming up here. Great rebound. Before we let you go, just thank any sponsors, thank your team. Just let us know who makes it happen for you.
Yeah, I gotta thank JDR Graphics. He painted up a nice car for me tonight. I hope you guys saw it. DWC side of things, I gotta thank Tim's Corner.ca, Ben Lynch Racing, as well as JDR. We're gonna try and get a good finish in Homestead, finish out the season. It's gonna be pretty fun. Mike, you're gonna probably finish second in points, or even better if you can get a win out of there.
Well, let's hope so. Like you saw tonight, you never know what's gonna happen on our racing. You can get wrecked really easily, or you could have a good finish. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we can keep second place. I'm not going to say anything until the race is over. So thanks, Byron, and I can't wait to see you this Tuesday at Homestead for the finale.
Thank you.
Alrighty, well, it looks like we got a little bit of a special guest up here. Going to be the last interview of the night. Nick Ottinger, teammate of Dylan Duval, one of the setup guys over at Gale Force, and also great DWC driver as well, up in top 5 in points. Nick, being kind of like the crew chief spotter sort of guy tonight, how nervous were you when you saw all the stuff going on behind Dylan?
I was nervous for Alex and Kevin Burris a little bit, but Dylan, he did a good job on the restarts. Just the last couple cautions really benefited him, which is good, but I would have liked that to see what Josh had for Dylan. So overall, it's good. Dylan got the win. I'm glad we came out with the win.
All right, so I asked Byron the question of what needs to be changed in this series to bring back our long green flag runs we saw last season. I'm going to ask you the same thing. What really needs to be changed in this series to make that happen?
For what I graphed tonight, just it comes to the drivers. I mean, a lot of people just need to have a level head going into the race and just make smart decisions, and that'll just benefit everyone. I mean, it's just the guys who come in there and just want to have a long run, they'll have a long run and have a good race.
So last question. So going into next week at Daytona, we saw 11 cautions here tonight. What do you expect next week at the 2.5 mile super speedway?
Most 3 or 4 cautions. I don't expect a lot there, unless people just make too many bold moves and a big one happens. So we'll see. See you next week.
Alrighty, thanks Nick for your time. Everybody, that's Nick Ottinger, DWC driver the number 05 Ram Chevrolet in the DWC series, and also spotter / crew chief for the Gale Force Racing team tonight. So thank you, Nick. So Steve, we're going to wrap this thing up here. Just before we go, give me your final thoughts tonight on the race.
Well, I know it's definitely fun to watch from the broadcaster point of view. Definitely would not be fun as a driver. I'm sure we saw a lot of frustration out there tonight, but well, I don't know what else to say about it. I know it was fun watching it, fun calling it with you, as always, and really looking forward to Daytona. I'm going to get back in the driver's seat next week, hopefully, with my new car. Might like to thank Michael Fisher Designs for jumping on board for the rest of the season there. But, yep, definitely a fun night tonight, and can't wait for next week.
Alrighty, so that's Steven. As far as what I saw tonight, like everyone else said, I think the drivers need to just settle down a little bit. I think if we could get these guys just to kind of harness their aggression for the first couple laps after a restart, maybe we'd see some cleaner racing. Maybe Brennan needs to introduce some sort of incident system. That'd be fun, kind of penalize people for driving over aggressively. But Brennan's already got enough on his mind. Like we said earlier, he's getting married, so he doesn't have any time to think about that. It's just my fantasy. But anyways, that's tonight. So as you saw, Dover was definitely not like last season. A lot of short runs, a lot of cautions, and a lot of junk cars at the end. Only 13 cars finishing on the lead lap, and really the only 2 at the end with very minimal damage for your top 2 finishers. So definitely a race of attrition. Going into next week at Daytona, I agree with Nick. I hope that we see maybe 3 to 4 cautions. It'd be awesome to see a caution-free race. That'd be incredible. But I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. But anyway, so I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting ETV live each and every week with this B-Car series. I want to thank Gary Mercer Trucking and all of our sponsors here at ETV for making this happen. I'm Mike Conti for Steven Izeni, John Westling working the cameras, and JD Webb at home. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week at Daytona.